What up, fam? It's your boy CJ, and we're back. And this time, I got my boy in the building with me. Trainer B is joining. We live. How's it going, bro?
What's going down, man? Everything's going good. Everything's going good. Appreciate the invite, bro.
Yo, for sure. Listen, I said, look, let's get together. Let's talk about some of these crazy influencer trends. Talk some social media game today. Let's talk about some stuff around health and wellness. People going into 2024. People are getting excited about that. You know, these New Year's resolutions. You know how that go, right?
Yes.
Yo, okay. So before we get into the social media trends, you guys, I'm gonna have Trainer B go ahead and introduce himself to you guys real quick. He's gonna tell you who he is, what he does, and then we're gonna get into some of the social media trends, some social crazy stuff that you've been seeing in 2023, and is it gonna continue in 2024? Go ahead, Trainer B.
What's going on, everybody? I am Trainer B, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in the fitness industry for about 15 years, been personal training for about 10, and I own my own fitness app called The Playground. Just celebrated the 1-year anniversary in October, have live and on-demand classes. And I also do in-person training, boxing training, train old people, young people, middle-aged people, all types of people. So, you know, I just have fun, just getting people fit, getting people healthy.
I love it. Yo, and bro, I just say thank you again for coming on here, because he reached out to me yesterday and was like, yo, I want to pull up. I was like, let's pull up. And here we are. Let's see 24 hours later.
Like yesterday, not even 24 hours. It was just like, yo, you got the pod? Like, let me hop through the pod. And he's like, let's get it. And then here we are. So, you know, just making it happen right now. Not tomorrow. Right now.
Yes. Good people, good vibes. That's what we're all about. And so hold on, boom. All right. I'm playing around with this whole screen thing. First of all, do you like that thumbnail?
I do. I was like, yo, that's pretty. You got that fast, and I like the way you pulled that off the website. You know, what you doing?
Hey, man, like you said, we get right to it.
Yes.
So listen, let me go ahead and pull up. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull up a slide here. Let me go ahead and load this slide and see if we can get started. Because there's somebody who went viral on TikTok that I want to talk about, and I want to know if you've seen this girl before. So have you heard of this girl? I think she's called Pinkydoll. Have you heard of her?
Pinkydoll, nah. I'm not on TikTok as much.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So this is her right here, right?
Uh-huh.
So crazy thing is, I have to describe, like, this is like, it's crazy how things go viral on TikTok. And you're like, well, what is this? And it's a good question, because I don't even know how to describe what she does. It's like this weird, like, sound voice type of thing. Because the whole point of me bringing this up is because this is a trend that I've been seeing on TikTok, and I just want to know what your opinion of it is, because I'm like, I don't know what to call this, and so I need somebody else to watch this. Okay, so I'm pulling it up right now on the screen. All right, so hopefully you can hear this. Tell me if you hear this.
Good. Coconut so good. Coconut so good. Balloon. Grab. Coconut so good. Grab. Balloon. Grab. Ice cream so good. Ooh. Oh, take you, VC. You got me feeling like a queen, huh? Take you, Shelby. Fire. Ooh, gang. Ice cream so good. Fire. Take you, Lily. Slay, huh? Meow. That was so good. Coconut.
First of all, I know you already lost, right? I can keep going, but I feel like it's like almost like a broken AI. What was that? Like, what is that?
And see, now I'm upset because that's 42 seconds of my life I'll never get back. Like, it's just gone. It's gone forever. I mean, I could have taken a walk. I could have had a sandwich. I could have. I don't know what that is. How would you even imitate that trend? First off, what's the purpose? What are we doing?
So that's not it. So here's the thing. Like, it's almost like she's imitating like characters, and she's imitating different things, like, you know, she's like games and different movies, and like, it's almost, like I said, it's almost like a broken AI. But I like this guy said here in the comments, I've never been more confused in my life, bro. Like,
right.
And the thing is that she's been going viral, as you see here, like literally, like hold on. Here's another clip. This is what 13-second one. Let me try to zoom in for you so you can see. So
All
again,
right.
this is, and you see her credit on the page, so it's not like I'm using her content or her name on here. But look, Pinkydoll, watch this. Like, just give it our money. It's like, so again, this is what's going viral on TikTok. Stuff like this, right? And I'm like, this is a crazy trend. But when I tell you, bro, that she has made so much money and got so many opportunities from it, like your mind would be blown.
My mind's already blown. What did I watch? What is going on? So you don't even have to do anything that makes sense. You just turn the camera on and just like make noises, do a few high steps, turn around, walk away, and then boom, millionaire.
Yeah, and she's been getting opportunities from Hollywood, from hip hop artists, and for people to reenact their music videos. It's crazy, but it's a crazy trend. But here's the thing. So I know it started with her going, like she was doing stuff on TikTok, and then she started doing lives and started getting a lot of money off of lives. And people would pay her, make requests to make certain sounds, and they would pay her for it.
Pay her to make sounds.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And so, and there's people out here getting money like that from doing this, something so crazy. And there's people who have honest thoughts, and I'm not saying the girl's not talented. She could be. By the way, okay, cool. She's a baddie. Listen, okay, but listen, she's 27 from Montreal. I did my little research.
Okay.
She all right. You doing your thing. So you got the looks, but literally at the end of the day, you sound crazy though.
And
like
the
you sound
appearance
crazy.
is part of it. Let's just be real. The appearance is part of it. But
Deborah was like, "What the heck? Look at
the noises. Bruh, come on. There's people out here working 9 to 5, 9 to 9, 6 days a week. She just pop on the camera, make some noises, and then just get in the bag. It just made people. It's almost like that one meme that you see where the dude's in the mirror, like putting on the clown face, and then the caption is like, this is me going to work doing my 9 to 5, and some kid is on YouTube or whatever, making $10 million a month just playing video games or whatever. It's just like, man, it's like, where did I go wrong in life?
Exactly. Like, I'm gonna pull it back up one more time just so you guys can see it one more time, because I want to, like, this is another 30-second clip. Like, watch this. Mike,
ice cream so good. Thank you, Lopez. Slay, huh? Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Take you, Blake. Take you, Jace. Gang, gang. Take you, George. Take you, I don't know. Take you, Tay. Take you, I am. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Yes, 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 yes. Gang, gang. Yes, yes, yes. Hum, hum, hum.
Oh my God.
Like, this is what's going viral. This is what people are like. That's the number one thing that she went viral for. The ice is, what was it called? It's called Ice Cream
So Good.
Yeah, Ice Cream So Good. That went viral.
Has anybody? Is there a video of her actually talking to a camera? Because I'm trying to see if there's any kind of like mental thing. I don't know. It's just I'm so confused, bro. I don't know. It don't make sense. Now, how many views would she get if she was just dressed normally without, having the puppies out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The long fingernails. All of that plays into it as well.
Yeah, it does. And so, like, so Dev said, she's so annoying. I'm so annoying. I'm sorry. It's like, why are people like this? Like, here's the thing. So I get it with TikTok that there's a younger audience, so they're gonna just like silly stuff in general, right? So there's gonna be a base of people just watching it. But when you're talking about going viral, like tens of thousands, millions of views, and getting offers from Hollywood and from the music industry to be part of stuff and to remake songs and to be part of music videos and all that from there. That just shows you. And here's the thing: I look at things always from a glass half full perspective, right? I tell people like, if she can do that, you can do whatever the hell you want. Like, don't overthink it.
Yeah, don't. And just like we were talking about earlier, just go. You got an idea, just put it out there, and you just really never know. So I mean, you can obviously you can't be afraid of what people gonna say about you, because I'm pretty sure people talking all kinds of things about this Pinkydoll person, but it doesn't really matter. All she has to do is just make noises.
Exactly. Like I said, listen, she up there making her money, and she's like, hey, I'm getting opportunities I never would have got. Like you said, just being quiet or just talking to the front of the camera, and here she is going viral, literally at 27 years old, just going. So Deb was like, right, there you go.
Just go, man. My goodness. Wow. 20.
So
okay.
So here's another one. Here's another person you might know. Okay. So listen. So you've seen this guy all over Instagram. You've seen him all over TikTok. You've seen him all over the internet.
Yeah.
Before I even break it down, listen, my guy, Matthias Mckinnon, is like one of the most like controversial fitness figures out there, at least not just this past year, but for the last couple of years, because he does these, I will call them fitness stunts, right? And I'll call them stunts because, I'm like, yo, you got to understand that. And then when I talked to him in person, I met him earlier this year when I went to a fitness event in Philadelphia at Fusion Gym. And I was talking to him. I was like, bro, just gotta understand. I was like, what you do, I understand the game. I understand everything about it. Because I was like, first of all, you're super talented. Because first of all, the feats you have, like however you want to look at it, so you pull this stuff off is crazy. The work, like the dedication, like I don't even know how you come up with some of this stuff. It's crazy. But then to bring in all of this endorsements, deals, bringing in the clients to your gym, and like all the exposure you brought to your gym, and your gym is growing and growing and growing in upstate New York. I was like, it's crazy. But what do you like when you first start seeing this content trying to be honest with me? What were you thinking? What were you thinking when you first saw this content?
I was highly annoyed. I was just like, oh no. I mean, I understand why. And when you told me the thought process behind it, because I mean, you can, from the outside looking in, for anybody that makes content, obviously when you first see it, you're like, all right, that hits your brain like, well, that's definitely different. That's gonna bring some eyes to whoever you are and whatever you do. But me, from a practical standpoint, I'm thinking about safety, even his safety, and not
it's
even
scary.
Not even necessarily as much as people imitating him. Because I mean, obviously, if you were to try to imitate that, and my God, like, come on, what are we doing here? But just to see him putting his life and limb at risk for a few extra eyes was definitely curious seeing that. But I get it. It's a different way to bring people in to take a look at what you're doing. But it's a lot, man. It's real scary. One slip up, even just setting everything up, and then you tweaking a knee, a back, something fall off, a screw is loose. You just and then
yeah. I mean,
so you're upside down on a bike. That thing. What's the weight that thing is really supposed to hold? So, but I get it. I get
Can you even imagine like how long it even takes to set up a scene like this? The scene like this, like you said, with a bike hanging upside down, like the thought. First of all, I'd say like there's so many levels of it that fascinate me. It's like, how do you even come up with this stuff? Like that's just the first thought. Forget even trying to do it. How do you come up with it? And then you think, okay, I have this idea. Can I do it?
Right.
How do I pull it off? How do I set it up?
That's what I'm saying. How you gonna say? Like, how do you get the bike up there? How do you get the bike to stay?
To hold him might be
to hold you and the bike.
Yeah, and the movement.
In the movement, right? So, and because I haven't seen too many more of his videos, but how long does that video last? Is it like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a
Uh,
minute?
yeah.
You feel
Sometimes
me?
some of them last a minute. Sometimes they be long. Like they're all different.
Right.
And I would say you like this dude's power in general is like leg power. Like sometimes I'll see him just doing leg press and there'd be like 3 women on there. And I'm like, yo, like the
He's a beast.
power he possesses to even pull these
Mhm.
stunts off is crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, you definitely have to be strong. Obviously, he's fit, but it's just like, whew, yeah.
So
Okay.
listen, so Kiki simple fitness eats what Kiki said, bruh, it's scary. So yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. And I'll be honest, like that's the whole point of it, right? Like honestly, it's supposed to give your emotions up. You're supposed to feel
Mhm.
something behind it because one, it makes you watch it. Two, more importantly than anything, when it comes to content, which you know, Trainer B, it makes you share it.
Yeah, it makes you share it, or it makes you comment. And so, it's what's that thing? There's no such thing as bad publicity, So somebody talking about it, but
Whoa.
good or bad, you just want eyes on it. So I mean, I understand, but good
So let's
lord.
talk about that as a trend because that is a trend that I've seen influencers do. Even this most recently in this summer, I've seen some people like they will create drama. They will create drama and promote it to get attention.
Right.
You know what I mean by that?
Mhm. Yes,
And
sir.
so, like, what do you think of that as a trend? Like, that just seems weird to me. Like, to literally put out drama. First of all, sometimes it be made up lies, but
Right.
even if it's not, putting stuff out there to get a reaction because you know there's going to be engagement from it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of it because first off, you have to when you're talking about drama, you're talking about negativity. So you have to put that negative energy out there to get a reaction. And so eventually it's going to come back to you in a way that you don't want. So what type of energy is somebody going to give you, especially if somebody sees you in real life, depending on what you're doing or what you're saying online. And so if the majority of what you're pushing is drama, then you really don't have anything. You don't even have anything to offer. And
Mhm.
that's the unfortunate thing about this whole social media digital age is that we're uncovering all of the attention addicts, all of the
Mm.
people that they don't matter, it doesn't matter to them how they get the attention, just as long as they get it in whatever form. So they'll do whatever it takes to just keep getting the engagement. And eventually you run out of a stick. It's you're going to do something that's going to make you pop. And then you're going to double down on it, triple down on it, quadruple down on it. And then it ain't gonna work anymore. Then you're gonna try to switch lanes. So then that means you don't have anything. So it eventually, runs its course and you play yourself out.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. And then honestly, at some point, it was like I was like, when do you get to the point where you're like you've kind of like sold out in a way to just the views, just to the algorithm? Like you've sold out to it at some point where it's like you're not even being honest, like you're not truly authentic. And so when people even meet you, they're not really meaning like
You. Hmm.
it is not you because you're trying to live up to this persona you've created. Like, no, just be you, be authentic, and then it's so much easier. Like literally, exactly how I'm talking to you right now is
Right.
exactly how we talked when we met
We
a couple
met,
weeks
right.
ago.
What you see is what you get. There's no character. There's no false pretense. So you don't have to try to remember who you said you are. You don't have to try to, bolster up whatever kind of image you built. And I've seen it a lot. I see it with several influencers, and they grasp at different trends, or they'll take what this person is saying, or they'll take a random person and kind of try to sneak this, make fun, or and do different things. And that always comes back, like that
Mhm.
energy comes back. And when it happens to you, then what are you going to do, especially when you feel the repercussions in real life? Or a lot of times people's channels, they just get shut down.
No, that's a whole nother thing. Listen,
Mhm.
stealing people's content, like that's a crazy trend in itself. Like I've literally seen too many. Well, we already know there's so many fake bots and so many fake pages that come out, right?
Right.
But literally, there's pages now that literally will just take your content and just put it on their content, their page, just to
Right.
build up their stuff. And it's like, Well, why? Or they'll just directly copy what you're doing. And then this is a trend, like even. But here's the thing, like there's been this whole thing with social media coaches, and everybody always say, "Well, you take the music that's viral, and you take what's going viral, and you make it your own." Well, people are not doing that; they're just recopying and regurgitating exactly for what it is.
Yeah, and they almost kind of forget why certain things go viral in the first place. Is typically an original content, or is something that you couldn't even try to make go viral. It's just a random moment or a quick 15 seconds that somebody took out of a minute long video that people just seem to gravitate to. And that's the whole thing of going viral. It's a random, spontaneous event or moment that people, grasp or gravitate to. You can't recreate that. So
Facts,
it's
facts.
once again back to the whole. It's an attention addiction. That's what I'm always gonna say is people they need the attention. They gotta have the eyes. They'll do anything for it, trying to get the engagement or to make money or whatever, and it just end up playing yourself.
Listen, I like that. It's attention addiction, and so I'm gonna steal that one. I'm writing that down,
Do
like
it, do it, take it.
Like Chad Johnson be writing that down from Shannon. I'm writing that
Yeah,
down.
take it.
All right, all right, all right. So yeah, I like that. But yeah, it's crazy, and it's like when you're doing these duplicates and stuff like that, and you just man, I don't see why people think like, and then they get mad. They'll say, "Hey, well, my content isn't working out." It's like you have to be creative and hold people's attention your own way because your audience is there for you, not for what everybody else is doing. And I always tell people the things that go viral, like you said, are just random acts that happen, right? And I always tell people when you try to be perfect, and that's holding you back from putting something out there or from being consistent, then you're not understanding the game. Because I'm like, the most viral stuff, think about everything that you share. 90% of the stuff that you share with your friends in their group texts, in their group chats, you send to people's DMs is random stuff that have been recorded on the iPhone 8,
Right,
like the
right.
oldest Android, the Google Pixel 1, all
Right.
these old phones. They're not in 4K, they're not
Yeah,
staged, they just
exactly.
random stuff. And
Yeah.
that's the stuff that goes viral.
I mean, it's just you gotta double down on yourself with just being you. And
Mhm.
I like what you said. People are there to see you. And even thinking back on this past year of trying to grow my app and get more followers and everything, looking at what other content creators are doing, uh, as I'm watching the content they create, I would think to myself, I'm like, how could I do that? Or, would I be able to do a version of that? And then I think I'm like, but that's that person. That's what they created for themselves because that's comfortable for them. That's comfortable in their lane and that's their wheelhouse. And so it's just more or less finding your lane in your wheelhouse, finding, what's comfortable for you because you know, everybody is instinctively smart as a viewer of content. And
Mhm.
people can tell when you're trying too hard. People can tell when you're insincere. People can tell when you're not being you. And, there's an audience for that, but more or less people are going to be kind of turned off when, you're just like, that don't quite look right. And it might not be something that you can quite identify, but your brain will pick it up quicker than maybe that you can, verbalize it. So it's
Mhm.
just I always just remind myself, just like just do it. Just put it out there. Don't like you said, don't overthink it. Just give people the best information, show your personality, put on a smile, and then just run.
Oh, I love it. I love it, bro. And so for people who are just tuning in, the quick reset, we were talking about some crazy influencer trends. We talked about Pinkydoll on TikTok going crazy with these crazy ass sounds out of nowhere. Sounds like a broken AI robot. Like,
Uh,
I
that
don't know what that
name.
was.
Where should get that name from?
Yeah, it's like, that's crazy. We've talked
that
about.
that in itself, like, I mean, but there's still a level of creativity to it, though. Like
Mhm.
even just the name Pinky Doll, So yeah, I took the cab. I took the cab because in a zillion years, I would not think to do that. I wouldn't even be able to think to suggest for somebody to do that. And if somebody was like, yo, B, I got an idea for some content I want to do, and they suggest that to me, I'll be like, I don't know. And then they do it, and then knock it out of the park. So don't listen to B.
Yes, and yo, and we also talked about Matthias Mckinnon. We talked about him going viral and the thought process behind it, and really the emotions that people get from it. But there's something else I want to ask you, Trainer B.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about a social media trend that is more local to us, right? It's more local to us in Atlanta. So if you guys don't know, we're based in Atlanta when we're not traveling the world, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what we do. But so there's this whole thing that there are people in the fitness industry, and it's something I brought up and I posted about on Instagram before. I feel like it's hurting the industry here in the city, in Atlanta at least, is that there's people who will give out free classes or free workshops or free, sessions for fitness every single day, every single week, all the time. And I feel like it's bringing down the market because now it's like here in Atlanta that there's so many people who will like compete with that just by going free too. So you do free, I do free. You do free, and then I do free. And then when I travel to LA or I travel to the West Coast or I travel up north and I go other places, you ain't getting nowhere in free, let alone every single week, every single time. So now at the same time, it's like bringing down the market. So people are hesitant to really buy in when you actually want to charge something.
Right.
And the whole point of this being a weird social media trend is that they'll do the free classes thinking that it's going to make their social media content better by looking, instead of me having 5 to 10 paid customers in the room, I'm going to have quote unquote 20 is the idea or more people in here in this class. So it looks better. So now I'm big on social media. I'm more of an influencer. You say, like, what do you think about that?
I never suggest doing any type of free session or free class, because typically, especially with your investment, if you're booking a room or booking time, then you're coming out of the pocket at least 100, you know, and even for you to do something like, say, like Piedmont Park, that even still, it takes time. So you're training the people, literally, you're training the people who are coming to these classes that you're not as valuable, because they're just going to wait for the next free thing. So if you're going to do anything free, give out free advice, give out free workouts that people can follow along with on video. But when it's your time in person, then charge for your time. Now, if you want to involve a free element, say, hey, $10 per person, but you can bring one person for free. And then that way, that person can split $5 between them and their friend. And that way you're still at the very least breaking even. And then, they're able to, bring a friend along and they're able to get, a discount on it. But you got to be very, very careful with free, because you end up, more often than not, just devaluing what it is that you do.
Yes, I totally agree. And here's the thing, like I always say too, I always preface it because people only hear what they want to hear, or they hear that one clip, is that I'm not saying every free is, listen, there's times where there's a Run Nike Club a free thing, or there's a free event at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, right? Which is happening next month here in Atlanta, right? There's free events that's sponsored by Lululemon. Those are corporate events. That means the trainers are getting paid still.
Yeah.
They're getting paid because there's corporate dollars behind it. That makes sense. But if you're giving up your time as a trainer to go ahead and drive across traffic, to get babysitters, to do all these different things, to make time to then go train people, why would you do it just for free, just so you have a few people in the room, just so it looks good on Instagram? Doesn't make sense.
Yes, it's counterproductive, especially if you're an independent contractor, or you own your own business, you own a small business. It's very difficult to do free, because I mean, every dollar counts. Every dollar counts. So you have to be very careful with your time and how you spend your money, because if you look at the most successful brands, even if you look at Nike will give you discounts, but you ain't getting a free pair of kicks. And You're talking about Chanel. You're talking about Gucci. You're talking about, I ain't never heard of any of them having a sale. All right. Somebody might own that and then sell it themselves. You might be able to get some knockoffs, but you think you're gonna walk in the Bugatti and see a discount sign? So it's all in how you build up the value for what you offer, and then people will pay for it. People will pay for the value. It's how you build up the value. People find it valuable, they're gonna give you the bread for it. But to just give it all out for free, you got to be very careful. And obviously it depends on the product. You walking around in the mall and you walking in the food court, they got the chicken on the stick, but they not giving you a whole platter. They giving you the little chicken on the stick. And
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's
you see
good.
what I'm saying? You pop that toothpick in, you're like, okay, I want some more of that.
I want that bourbon chicken.
Right. Exactly. You
I
already know which one it is. It got the sauce dripping off on it. They know which one to put on the toothpick. So it's just like, okay, but you get a little sample of it and then you dive in. So samples are better. Initial discounts are better. Free.
If it's like you say, hey, you know what? This is my birthday week. It's the one birthday class a year. Okay, cool. If it's a Christmas giveaway, boom, I get it. But it can't be an every week thing. And then you get mad when people don't buy from you because they're not used to buying from you. And honestly, I can literally create a calendar here in Atlanta that gives you access to a free boot camp every day of the week. So if me as a consumer, why would I then pay for your boot camp?
Yep. Yeah.
I can just wait for somebody. Somebody's doing a free boot camp tomorrow.
Or wait for your next free one. I mean, it's especially as a trainer. I don't know if you've heard of this app or this website called ClassPass.
Yes.
Yeah. And so with ClassPass, I was a part of ClassPass for a while, but ClassPass will basically only pay the studio like $2 or $3 per person that they put right in your class. And it was a colossal waste of time because people wouldn't join your studio. They would just wait until their discount, or their free version would run out and then just stop going and then wait until it restarts again. I had my actual personal trainer client who does that now. She's on ClassPass for the least amount just so she can just hop to a few different places and then that's it. So if people know that, the free one is coming, it makes it harder on your business to gain traction.
Listen, and I'm one of those people too. Like, before we go into the next crazy influencer trend, I'm one of those people like to give suggestions to fix it. Like, what would I do? What would I do if I was a trainer, to kind of combat that, right? And so, how would you combat yourself in a situation where everyone else is doing free? You want to actually make money from it, and you want to charge people. Do you see an answer, a solution to get clients in that type of environment that want to pay?
Well, if you're a new trainer or just a trainer doing free, I would suggest if you're going to do a free boot camp, it should be once a month, once a quarter. You see what I'm saying? First Saturday, first
special
Sunday.
event.
Right, a special event. Also, if you just have to do free, but do free with vendors. So people are coming in for free, but you got somebody there serving food. You got somebody there selling t-shirts. You got somebody there, sport drinks. You got something else there that's going to entice more people to come, but also being able to, put some money into the vendors' pockets. And then you're able to kind of sell your additional sessions or your additional classes. Also, if you got to do free, like I suggested before, person pays $10, they invite a friend for free. You see what I'm saying? That type of deal. Or, you do your own sessions online and then people can tune in for free. But it's just, you just gotta pick your spots.
I love that. I love the advice. My guy Dabo. By the way, Dabo, I don't know, are you in Canada right now or are you in Africa? Like, just so you know, this is international, bro. Like my people, they international, bro. So I never know where they at. Well, I don't know if you are still in Africa or you back are you in Canada yet? Let me know. But he said he needed to hear this part. And the part that I love that you said there is like, okay, cool. You're going to do it free. So, okay, cool. It's a special events. Oh, he's in Nigeria. Come on now.
Nigeria.
Come on.
Nice. Clap it up, Nigeria. All right, all right, all right.
Let's go. And the motherland. Listen, so it's like um if you're gonna the clients are coming free. That's one thing. Like you said, now I'm gonna have a few vendors that might have paid, let's say if it was $50 a table or $25 a table, at least get enough that you would cover for a normal class, right?
Mhm.
Then what I would do, this is a number one thing that I see people don't take advantage of. They're not even collecting people's information.
Oh yeah,
They're
gotta
not
gotta
even.
have the email. Gotta
I
have
don't got
yeah,
your. I need your name, email address, phone number, date of birth. I need your blood type. I
oh,
need everything.
mm-hmm.
Come on
Yeah,
now, like I'm giving you a free class
right.
now.
So,
Now,
so
granted,
and that's
like
a good point. That's a very good point.
they don't even take it. You just walk in. Like, no,
Yeah,
I
you
need that
gotta
information unless I get that dollar.
yes. And actually, last night I went to a free event. It's actually an event I've been to several years before. It's a Jack Daniels event.
Mm.
And
No
so
invite though. No invite.
right. Oh my bad. It
Oh,
was
hey, I
last
see that. You see that? Hey, man.
it
Hey,
was
man.
last minute and I know.
You
But
good though? You good?
so here's how they do their free. All right. Is you get free tickets, all right, free digital tickets, but obviously there's a finite amount of tickets. And it's free or it's an open bar from when the doors open till a certain time. Doors open at 7, and then it's open bar from 7 to 9. But here's the catch: the open bar is you get a drink ticket. How many drink tickets do you get? Uno. All right, right. So you get one drink ticket for a free drink made with Jack Daniels, of
Hmm.
course. And then while you're there, of course, they have a nice full menu for you. And then after that, the bar. So after a while, they're gonna, coax you. Of course, we spent some money there because
Oh,
we
they're gonna
sat
warm you up.
down.
Yeah.
We ate some food. Food was great. It was called Whiskey Wolf. That's what the name of the spot downtown Atlanta. So it was real cool. But that's how they did free. They had a certain deal for a certain amount of time, only a certain amount of tickets, and then after that certain amount of time, you had to pay. So it obviously depends on whatever your product is, but you gotta make sure that you're gonna come out at the very least even, but you want to come out ahead.
Let's see. I'm trying something. Look at that. Look at that. I can put up.
Too
Come on
many
now.
free boot camps, way too many. Right.
Way too many. Like it's like we're not gonna like harp on that any too much more. But just so you know, we had to go there because it was like, hey, it's an epidemic here in Atlanta. I was like, we gotta do something about it. And if I'm the bad guy, and here's the thing too, it's so trying to be. I brought that up before, and so then there's always things about when you put stuff out there, there's always a negative feedback, and so
Right.
they'll attack me instead of attacking the message. So they'd be like, "Well, who are you? You're not a trainer." Like that. I was like, "Oh, so you must not do your homework." Okay,
Right.
that's cool though. You don't need to listen to me, but at some point you'll hear me again.
Yes, and I've been there. Like when I was up and coming, when I first started out being a trainer, I did a few free ones, and then after a while of spending time, spending money, it's just like this ain't working. This is not working. And so anytime I would see a trainer,
Uh-oh, trainer B dropped out. You might have
my,
lost
my camera times out every 30 minutes because it's old. And
it. Hey, hold on, bro. What we got? We got to get you a camera for Christmas.
hold on, it's a Nikon D53. It was a gift, but
Mhm.
I have it hooked up into a battery, but it turns off every 30 minutes. All right.
Okay,
So
okay. Because when it happened earlier, I thought it was
yeah.
special effects when it happened,
Mhm.
but now it's like I literally thought it was a filter. I thought it was like a filter. What? I was like, oh, you know how you use those
Throw
filters
me
on
out
social
the
media?
rest of the podcast, like, bro, you gotta get your camera up, bro.
No, you good. You good.
But no, I did the whole free thing, and after a while, you just get like, hey, you're valuable. You just have to
Mhm.
remember that what you do is valuable. You are a valuable person. You bring something of value to the table, and people want what you are bringing. You just keep that in mind. You remember that, and then you'll go about that with your actions, and then it's gonna happen for you.
Yeah, let's go to this question in the chat. It says, I've thought about doing a live workout for free before starting my group on TikTok, but not too many. What's your
Yeah.
opinion on that? Or start Trainer B?
Yeah, I think a live workout is not, especially if it's online. That's not a bad thing because I have my own fitness app, and for people to try it out, I give them a free week so they can work through the app. See the live events, see the on-demand stuff. So they get a chance to try it out. So if you want to do live, for especially online, I think that's good. If you do it once a week at a certain time, then that helps. Actually, last year, for the first 100 days of the year, I did a live workout on Instagram every single day. It was 5 minutes long, where I did one exercise for that 5 minutes, and then I would do a new exercise every single day to kind of to bring people in. So there's tons of ways you can do it, but just be consistent with it. Once a week for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, once a month for 15 minutes. Keep it as short spurts because of people's time, and then just go for it.
I love that. Deborah in the audience was clapping. I don't know what you said. They're giving the whole meal. Are you referring to when we talk about in the mall when you get the sample? Are
Talking
you
about
talking
that
about
bourbon chicken. She got bourbon
yeah,
chicken on her mind. I don't blame
yeah.
you. I'm hungry too.
Deborah, yeah, she hungry. So let's go to another thing, another
Yes.
crazy influencer trend, and I would say this is something I thought was going to die away, but it hasn't, and that is with people buying followers.
Oh,
People buying followers, likes, and literally even people to this day, like I follow like 5,000 people on Instagram. So there's people that I even follow that do it. And sometimes you're looking around and you're like, okay, but why? Why
yeah.
is it that I know how influential you are? How like powerful your message already is, how much your community already trusts you. Why do you feel the need to elevate more aesthetically on Instagram by buying views? It's like you're not a failure if you got 10,000 followers, 500 followers, or 100,000 followers. You're not a failure either way. The only way you're a failure is when you're a fake. To me,
I agree. And you can typically tell who pays, who doesn't, who has the true following and who doesn't by the engagement. If you got somebody that has 1 million followers, but only two people are commenting, then something is up. If there's a post that's been up, 24 hours, 2 days, and it only has one or two comments, and they've got hundreds of thousands of followers. It's just like, you know,
oh, and so be so crazy. Like you made this post, you got like 3,000 likes, but one comment.
right.
And then here's another thing. Then there's the people who literally go above and beyond, and then they spend more money on getting fake comments. And then you can tell the comments are fake. Yeah. See, I'm putting you on game right now. Then there are fake comments that people can get because these bots who will go in and then you suggest certain words or certain like things you want them to say. So they'll say like almost the same thing over and over. If you ever notice, it'll be like a lot of fires, a lot of hearts, but it'd be like the certain things like you.
Okay.
But if you click on the profile, it's somebody over in
Yeah.
India. Like,
Yeah.
no, bro, you up in here in Decatur, Georgia. You don't got like 90% of people shouldn't be from India.
Right.
Like, and why their profiles all private? Like, no, like we can tell. Like, I'm a social media manager, just like I work with a lot of other ones with different brands. And the number one thing, like, even when we have these conversations, is like people don't realize we're gonna dig into the followers. We're gonna see, go through the list, start clicking around. Okay, now I said this before in another live, like everybody has a percentage of bots. Everybody has a percentage of fake followers. So don't get me wrong and be like, you go on my account and be like, oh, CJ, you get 10 people here. Like everybody got it, okay?
Right.
But it should not be more than like 4 or 5% that are bots when not like 80, 70, 60% of your followers are fake. Then no, like you're hurting the algorithm, and on top of that, now you got this fake persona. So people, when they try to say, hey, let's collab with you, let me work with you, and then you can't even sell a ticket. You can't get 3 people to come to your fitness class.
And that's what I was gonna say is like your message is falling on deaf ears. Nobody's listening to it. I mean, so yeah, you got the inflated numbers, but the people, your followers, that's who you're actually trying to reach. There's nobody there. You're not getting anything. You're better off just having less followers, and you actually talking to the people that are actually, wanting to engage with you. And then those actual people will share it, or it's gonna, boost up. It actually boosts more in the algorithm when you actually have physical comments, and the comments are different, and you're engaging with each comment. So, I mean, you have to be active on top of other people being active with what you post. So it's a little bit of magic and science, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I never understood the whole pay for play. I mean, even with, music artists, paying for listeners and spins, and it's all whack.
My advice: take that money and put it towards some Facebook and Instagram ads. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok ads.
Yeah.
You can run YouTube ads, through Google. Like, you literally can be putting that money towards ads, because now you got to keep it up, because you bought the followers. Now you got to buy the likes consistently. Now you got to buy the comments consistently. Now you got to buy the views consistently. And as soon as you stop paying, and then you start posting comments or posting stuff, and then all of a sudden the numbers drop, we're looking like, what?
Yeah, what happened? Right.
What happened?
Yeah, you're better off, just doing ads, because at least that way, organically, people are going to see it. The algorithm is going to push it for you. People want
You're
to
better off literally putting like minimum $2 a day on a post. I was talking about that. I was saying $1 a day, but even if it's $2 a day, that's what, $700 a year, which should be nothing to you as a business owner or a brand.
Right.
$1, $2 a day, you guarantee yourself 1,000 views in front of your ideal audience at the minimum. People who actually buy from you. Another question: how did you get over the feel of popping out there when you first started trying to be, or how did you come up with your own prices without watering yourself down?
How did I feel? I felt great getting started in fitness, because I hated my 9 to 5. So, like me being able to train people and work out, it's everything. I love it. As far as coming up with my prices, I just looked at the market and based it on my experience. And then the more experience I got, the more knowledge I got, then adjusted accordingly, of course, with, what's going on in the world. Now, I've had clients to where over the year, and I actually lucked out, because I have a great client. I had to go up on my prices within this past year, because, of course, of inflation. And I just sat her down and said, look, after all of my expenses, I'm almost breaking even. So we won't be able to really kind of continue this unless I raise, my prices. And this was me doing a personal training session. And she said, okay. So I gave her the new price. And she said, look, I can handle this new price, but is it okay if I bring my friend along, and then you just train both of us together at this price? And I said, yes. And so I was able to keep that client. I gained a new client, and I was able to get my new price, which helps my profit line. So it's always, you're negotiating, and you're still bringing the value, and then it also depends on the client as well. So you just take a look at what other trainers are doing as far as price, what you're bringing to the table, and then just go for it.
Listen, I can't say no better than that myself. Like, look, he giving you gems right there. So hopefully, you enjoyed that answer. So here's another crazy trend that it's happened not only to me but other people I know that work in the industry or have different small businesses. Is when a quote unquote influencer, which is interesting in itself, the title, like what makes an influencer, right? People like, is it a number of followers? Is it not? It's really, to me, it's about influence, but that's a whole nother thing. It's like you can have 500 followers, but you can get some people in the room.
Right.
So, okay. Let's say some influencers who are based off of numbers, right? Reach out to brands, and they specifically want to be part of something that you have going on. They either want free product, they either want to be part of the event, they want to do something with you, but they don't even follow you. It's really weird. Why do you think people feel like just because of their influence, if you will, that they can just ask you for something, or you're supposed to help them with something without even you engaging back or following?
Yeah, you want it to be mutually beneficial. So it's just like, what are you getting and what am I getting? How are we both, going to get a W with this? Because I've seen it plenty of times, especially with social media influencers. They can get people to show up to a live, but they will not show up with you live. They will show up on a live.
Hold on.
They will show up on a live, but they will not show up with you live in person. And that's when you can tell the level of influence. If people are willing to take time out of their day, out of their life to get into a vehicle to come see you. And that's where the influence really lies in B's mind.
Sheesh. Hold on. I wasn't expecting that one. Okay.
Take that one too.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I can't even there's nothing else for me to say after that. What else I had on here? How about this weird trend that have you been to someone's page that have a lot of followers? Literally, you might have 90,000, 100,000 followers. You go there and they only have like 3 posts. Or they have 9 posts. Like, why is that so? I still haven't got anybody to ever tell me the reason for that and why they think that makes them more powerful or more control. Because you can't be like, well, I don't want to be seen or I'm not public. You got 100,000 followers. Why do you got 3 posts? You're not Beyonce.
I understand why some people do that, and they call it a timeline cleanse. But basically, the way I see it is it's a way for them to recycle content. So they get to a certain amount of followers, they delete a whole lot of things, leave up a few posts, and then they drop things that they've already dropped before. And so it looks new, but it's basically something that they already have in the archives or content or something that they've already released, and they don't have to really do anything new.
So I get that point, and that is probably the best explanation I've heard from it so far. But it's still weird because
I agree.
if you have let's say 300 posts on your page, how many people are really scrolling to the bottom of your feed to just be like, oh, so and so already posted that like 8 months ago? Like, you know how many times I reposted something, and the time I reposted the second, third time it does better. Like something I just posted yesterday with Rennie J. We did a collab on something, and literally the first time we posted it, it did one number, and now it's already beyond that. And I posted it just 8 months ago.
Yeah,
and it's so crazy. Like it's like I get it, but to me it's still weird because it's not like actually when I land on your page and you only have like 3 or 4 posts, I'm not interested in really following.
Yeah, because it just looks like you're not really doing anything. So
yeah, like how often
you off.
Yeah, it's the opposite for me. Like maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm crazy where other people like that and they follow from there. But to me, I'm just like, you gotta be a baddie to pull me with 3 posts.
And that's the thing. That's really the most that I've seen it is with the scantily clad ones.
Let's keep it 100. Now, granted, there's an exception for everything.
Business, because with a business, they're just gonna keep posting, and then if you pull a post from
if a business did that, I don't think you still open.
Right, but yeah,
but if she got 3 posts, she might be open.
Yeah.
Open for business. She might be. Hold on, we got a question in the DMs. I messaged you early, CJ. I definitely feel like I don't know what the robot is. I have a robot. Oh, and I don't know because she's saying bots.
Like she got bots. Yeah.
Got you. It's a weird transformer looking bot. I feel like I have bots. Yes, and I don't know how because my page won't grow. I feel like I've been deactivating my page and starting a new page, but I definitely need to be more active. Okay, so I remember you from earlier today. You did the EM me, and I will say, and by the way, we got family in the building. You got Dalbo wants to follow, so definitely go ahead and put your Instagram in the chat so you can get another more follows, and I'm sure that B will follow as well.
Yes.
But so I think you only had, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you only had 500 to 3,000 followers. So let me know if it's in that range. I feel like I either have 500 followers or 3,000, one of the two. But either way, with only 3,000 followers, is not, when I say only, I don't mean like in a negative way. I'm just saying that I don't feel like it's a thing where you need to reset the page.
No, don't.
Because you with a couple of days of work, we can clean that up. And so, what's your original thought on it, Trainer B?
I definitely, because I think I have probably around about that 3,000 followers, something like that. But I wouldn't deactivate it and start a new one, because then you're going to start from scratch. You're going to put yourself more behind the eight ball, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have to regain the people that you already got. So
And it's hard to move
it's
people.
hard. Exactly. So I think you said it yourself with this last sentence, but I definitely need to be more active. And I think when you develop some sort of consistency to where you're at the very least posting every other day, every 48 hours, people get a little something from you, then you're good. And you just gotta just keep going with it, because really that's the only science. The only science is showing up. And
Mm.
then you're eventually going to do something that's going to bring more eyes to you, or somebody's going to share something. But from what I've seen, unless you just go viral or you're just pumping ads out there, there's no real way of spontaneous growth, or unless a Kardashian or somebody shares you. So if somebody with a massive following shares you, you go viral, or you're doing hella ads. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to keep showing up and just build it organically. And organically is really what you want, because that's when people buy in. I mean, look at Keith Lee. Keith Lee, he didn't start out, what I'm saying, Chef Ramsay sharing none of his stuff or him doing ads. Nah, he just went out to eat and then just told people about the food. And then it built on its own. So it's just doing you uniquely and then being consistent with it.
I love that. I love that. And you talked about, man, you hit on a lot of points there. And I would say too, you don't need to restart. Like I have 14,000, almost 14.3, right? Almost 14,300 followers. It's so hard to move people over to a new page. CJ the Creator is another page on Instagram. I have about 500 people that follow me in like about a year. And so like it's so hard. And I've done collabs with my page. I've told people about it. And there's only, 500. So you might be like, man, it is once they feel like they've already followed you, they've
Like,
already kind of
page. Yeah. Like what's the extra page for? Because they probably feel like whatever he's gonna put over there, I'm probably gonna get a little bit of it over here, right here anyway. So I'm good. I already follow so many people. And then you don't want to you get lost. Everything gets lost in the timeline. There's family members and stuff. I don't even see their stuff. I know there's plenty of people I follow right now, and they stuff don't even show up on my timeline, let alone to try to like build up a whole new page. Boy, that is a headache.
yeah. I gotta really rock with you to follow you twice. To
Right.
follow you twice, you know what I'm saying? Like even me is like, yo, I already follow you from this page. So I get it. So that's our advice is like, don't restart it. I would say this: be careful. And by the way, before we even go into the details of it, this is her page, Ferocious Spirit. Everybody go follow her on Instagram, and she's gonna follow back. Trinity, I see you in the chat. She said, "What's up?" Dropping bars. You dropping bars. Trainer B. We got Z Fit. Oh, just followed. Zalissa just followed you too. So we got the fam following y'all. But like when you're deleting, or I wouldn't say you're deleting, but when you're unfollowing these bots, I would only do about 15 to 20 at a time, because there's a couple of things. One, Instagram will believe that you are a bot, and they will flag you. You know what I'm saying? They will flag you for doing that action, and the message on Instagram that'll come up, it'll say it seems like inhuman activity.
Right.
It'll say inhuman activity. So then you're all of a sudden now you're banned and you can't do nothing for 24, 48 hours or even longer. So don't like go crazy. I've seen people, and then there's apps. There are apps that people have hit me up about, like, CJ, what about this app to unfollow all these hundreds of people in the day? Because it's supposed to be this timer, right? It's supposed to be this timer that unfollow somebody every 5 minutes. So it won't necessarily trigger. Yeah, I know, bro. It's
like a robot. It'll make you look like a bot. Yeah.
But the thing is that the problem, think about it. What is the number one thing that you have to do to give an app access to your account? You got to give them your password. You don't give nobody your Instagram password. So you definitely don't want to go ahead and give them access to that. I don't care what automation. When it comes to automation, unless it is literally part of the Instagram like authorization code, like it's called, like there's an app called from later.com. Later.com, they're literally part of like they have a partnership, and it's literally on the website, partnership with Instagram. So yeah, they can schedule posts and post on Instagram, stuff like that. But these third-party apps, stuff in the App Store and the Play Store no, you don't give them. I don't care. You unfollow by yourself. I don't care if it takes you 5 months and you have to unfollow 10 people a day for 5 months. You can do it. And so it's not even unfollow, it's actually block. Because in your case, these are bots.
Yeah, I block the bots every single time, and I go into my settings and go under preferred words. So if a bot makes some sort of comment, follow me here, do this here, do that there, I put that in the preferred words, and it won't even come up as a comment. So people won't even see any kind of robot comments. So I can keep it, just strictly human engagement. And anytime a robot, tags me into something, I just go immediately block it, so I can just kind of keep my timeline and everything clear.
Man, yeah, this is good advice. Let's see. Okay, cool. So I see you, Trinity. She says, "I see you, CJ. I see you." And look, everybody's following. I love it. Everybody's following. We got that's what it's about. Like, I love doing this stuff. I love doing this because it's like connecting the community. So I got a couple more questions before we talk about some health stuff and some things that people need to know about healthy trends going into the new year. What do you think, bro, about, and this is something I've said before, but I want to get your opinion on it.
Okay.
What do you feel? Do you feel like it's easier for women to get followers and attention on Instagram than men if they did the same exact thing, and why?
Yes, because I think women are easier to look at, and women kind of love to support women. Women will follow women. Women will look
on Instagram, but not in person.
Right. But on the gram, when we're talking just strictly digital, yes. But I think especially in fitness, it's we're getting into aesthetics and eye candy. So it just depends on like what do you
women love looking at other women, comments in the hearts and the googly eyes. Yeah,
women will look at women and men. Men typically are going to just look at the women. Mm-hmm. So with the women, you gotta double follow. You got a double eye. So that's why I say it's if a woman and a man doing the same workout, you're probably going to be like looking at the
chick. And actually, women do more workouts. Men seem to specifically, and this is a general statement, we do the same type of workouts. Like women will do the Pilates, they'll do the yoga, they'll do the hip hop, they'll lift with us too. They'll do the sports, they'll do everything. And then we'll kind of like be in these 5 little buckets over here, and they're doing like, trampoline fitness, and not too many of us getting on the trampoline. Not too many. There's some. There's some.
Yeah, that's why I tried to, over the years expand things, because you just all won't be strictly strength, because not everybody's going to be lifting weights.
It's funny. This just came to my head because the topic we were talking about earlier. The biggest brand in fitness, the biggest business that's worth billions of dollars. You know the name of the company?
Biggest brand in fitness for billions? No. Let me know. Oh, I was just gonna say Peloton.
Yeah, over 4.2 billion. Right. Peloton ain't giving you nothing free. They ain't giving you nothing free.
No. So I researched them right when I started my app to see what they offered and what I offered, and they're like literally my direct competition. But they have packages where you can bring family members along.
Yeah.
But they sell expensive equipment as well. And for their classes, you don't even necessarily need the bike, because they offer other things as well. So I see.
You did your research, because most people
that's what you have to do when you're getting into whatever space you are. You got to look around and see what are other people doing, how are they winning, and how can I win doing my version of it. Not necessarily direct copying, but hey, I mean, you think Chick-fil-A really cares about Popeye's brand new chicken sandwich? No, they only work 6 days a week. So it's still you being uniquely you. There it is. See? So it's still you being uniquely you. How are you going to, bring your own twist to it?
Yeah. Couldn't say it better myself. Like, Peloton people don't know, man. like you said, and even with them giving out the this in the app, like you said, I was able to get my sister to join, right? And she could join, but it's only for a limited time. It's only for a
Oh,
limited time. So she
I didn't
had
know.
her 30 days and boom. Now she's like, oh, I was doing the workouts and everything like that. And if my sister's watching, hey, Siobhan, she's doing the workouts, everything. But then it turned off. Now I got to pay and I ain't paying. So,
Right.
like,
You see, and on my app, I have it to where like you get a membership and it's for you and for a friend for the lifetime of your membership.
mhm,
And if that person doesn't want to do it anymore, they can fall off and you can add somebody else on for the lifetime of your membership. So that's
mhm.
how I did it, to directly compete. But that's wild. They give it to you for a limited amount of time because they want an extra person on to pay per month. Smart. So,
Yeah.
but that's how you get to billions.
Like even right now, they've got to the point where you can download the mobile app right now, right? You can download the mobile app for Peloton. Anybody watching it, anybody, and guess what? There's like 3 workouts on there for whatever. It's like hell, it might even be a dozen at this point. But they have thousands, right? They have tens
Mhm.
of thousands. So by them putting a dozen or so on there for free, that it just is an introduction to getting
Right.
you really on. Because even you probably have so many online workouts you do because you do it every single day. You can take 5 of them, put them on there as a free. But guess what? In your case, you put them on YouTube and whatever, and you getting views from it, and you
Right.
can still get monetized over time from it. And so it's not a lose. So it's still, if it gets you a lead, it's not a lose. So don't get us, I think, misunderstood saying you never do anything free.
Free. Right.
It's just with a strategy and a reason behind it.
Right. And how are you able gonna build behind it? So just like you said,
It
if
leads to the
you're doing
money.
something free, it's usually for a limited amount of time,
Hmm.
or you know, it's free now, but then you're gonna pay later, or you get a discount now, get more behind it. But there's all types of tricks. And that's the thing, when you're in fitness, you gotta become a business person. And
Hmm.
then if you have an app, now I'm like in tech. So you got to know your industry. You got to see what's working and then do you.
Let's spend a few minutes on fitness because
Yes.
there is um there's always this controversial answer to this. And because I say it's controversial because some people believe in it, some people don't. What do you think about waist trainers?
I don't like them.
Any particular reason why?
You're compressing your organs in an unnatural manner.
Mm,
And when you're compressing the ribs, compressing the organs, pushing everything in, you're running the risk of something breaking. Like if you don't want a rib to pop, you doing some sort of motion and then it hits an organ. You don't want to compress things to where you're unable to breathe over time, or you do something to the way your organs are naturally supposed to function. And also, I never suggest or like um additives, preservatives, tools that you can't do forever.
mm.
How long are you going to wear this waist trainer? What is it that it's supposed to do that you can't do using something else? And this is a hack that isn't really, I don't even see it as a hack. It's just something it has more negative effects than positive. And it don't even make you look good. You look really weird with that thing, like that unnatural figure eight of the body where the hips and the torso is just so compressed, so contorted to where it I don't know. I like just like natural. I'm always gonna suggest something to where that you do it. You could do it for life. You can do some form of it forever, and that you're not.
So stay with me on this. Stay with me for a second because I'm going to be devil's advocate, and
Mhm.
that is there something to the fact? He going his back of this damn filter. Reset that damn camera. Damn special effects. But I was saying, like, okay, is there something to the fact that if they wear it for a while and it makes them psychologically feel better and keeps them engaged longer with fitness, is it maybe a positive in that way where at least they feel like it's working for them so that it keeps them moving?
No, because
Okay.
it's still dangerous. It still has adverse effects with what it does internally. And also, when you speak on mindset, how you feel is basically something that you can control. It's how you look at it. So if you're making a conscious decision to feel about it however you feel about it. You see what I'm saying? So it's less the waist trainer and more of you saying, all right, I'm gonna put this on and I'm gonna feel better. Well, you can just not put it on and just feel better. It's just like over time, there's been some things in your past that you had a negative view on, but then you're just like, you know what? It's not really that bad. And then now when you look at it, it's not really that bad. It's like, well, what really changed? Did that specific thing change? Or did how you view it and how you fixed it in your mind really change? And that's really all that is. You have to put it in your mind that, nah, I'm going to do it another way, the right way, a healthier way, and then go forth.
I love it. I love that. Like it says, you're choosing to feel however you want to feel. It's your mindset, and it's the way you want to think about it. And Z Fit says, as a fit over 40 influencer and OT, they can push your female organs down and cause, I don't know what's that word,
Incontinence. Yeah, to where
incontinence.
you won't be able to hold your bowels. So
Mm.
because you're compressing your intestines and everything like that, so you're ruining the muscle function to where you might not be able to hold anything in when you need to hold it in, and that's involuntary. You know, your body does that on its own. So you compress it, you ruin that, and then you create way more problems than you even want. That's why I'm like, I wouldn't even try it for 2 minutes.
So you mean to tell me they're risking shitting on themselves for these waist trainers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You gotta be shitting me. Um, yeah, I know it's corny. I know.
Don't put it on. Don't do it.
What? Let's see. What do you find the hardest thing about social media for you personally? And then, what do you feel like is the hardest things around social media for you as a fitness professional?
The hardest thing personally, um, I would just say probably cutting through the algorithm to just gain more engagement. And I think a manner of that is just me being a little bit more creative. So I'm always just thinking about ways that I can be more creative personally. So that's another thing. And I think, it just can be difficult to just gain ground, period, because you're basically, it's almost like, you remember back in the day when we went to school, when we were doing the test, what's the first thing the teacher would say? Keep your eyes on your own paper. So when you're doing your whole social media thing, a lot of times we'll feel like we're not where we're supposed to be because we're looking at other people's pages. We're looking at other people's results when they're doing other things. So it's working within, what you're doing, your own lane and what you got, and not putting so much pressure on yourself for this one reel, one post, one story to blow up. And so I've just let that mindset go where I'm just like, let me just give the information. Let me just, and you just test out different things. Like the other day, I dropped a reel with JFK talking about how he wanted to implement fitness in schools and how these
Mm.
kids were like moving. I mean, they're on the monkey bars, but these are like monkey bars with like handles coming down. And they're doing push-ups and they're doing they're climbing up walls and everything. This was in high school. And
Mm.
so I posed the question like, have we become a weak, country? And it's just dropping different types of content, seeing what people gravitate to, and just not putting, a whole lot of added pressure on myself.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother topic too. Like taking physical education out of schools. It's
Man,
just, oh my God. When the second part of that is, as a fitness professional, is there a certain thing that's like that makes it where you're just like, man, it's hard for me to like funnel through this? Are things that you see, or maybe it's creatively? Is it like, how many times can I show this workout? Is there anything like that ever gets you in like kind of like a bundle?
yeah. Like what different way can I present a workout or an activity for the average person? Because my thing is, as I've grown with my perspective on fitness, I'm evolving to the place to where I know there are going to be certain people who aren't going to lift weights. They aren't going to squat. They aren't going to deadlift. They aren't going to curl. They're not going to do any of these things. So how, as a fitness coach, how, as a person who wants to get people fit, how do I speak to that person? Because I believe that trainers, all personal trainers, all coaches, we're all marketing to the same person. And what new workout are you going to really come up with? I want to get the person that does not want to work out and never will. How can I get them off of the couch? How can I get them involved into doing something? So that's why my philosophy now is activity over fitness. I want to get you moving. If the only thing you're going to do is shoot hoops, then shoot hoops. If the only thing you're going to do is go skiing, go skiing. If the only thing you're going to do is swim, then swim. Let me help you find a place you can swim. I got a few stretching classes. I got a few mobility classes to help your joints and to help your tissue. You do that, 2, 3, 4 times a week, then boom, that's your fitness program. You just going to do that. You don't have to worry about lifting heavy weights since that's not your thing. All right. What do you like to do? Okay, you like to skateboard. Great. You do the skateboarding. I got a few stretching classes that you can do after that. And then boom. And then I'm going to help you eat right. And then we take it from there. So that type of thing, just finding what people really enjoy doing, help them double down on that, make sure they're eating right, make sure they're sleeping right, and then move it along. But it's just a matter of thinking outside of the box, not trying to get everybody to squat,
Yeah, I love that answer. That's a great, and I think about it like this. Like, obviously, always preface, I'm not a trainer, but if I was, I would definitely be reaching out to people in a way that resonates to them. Meaning, like, you're gonna show the workouts, but the content itself still has to show how it applies to their everyday life.
Right.
And so, like,
Right.
if they're struggling carrying stuff up the stairs, or you get in the car and you got to make that sound, ugh, you know what I'm saying, like, you get like, what I'm saying, like, and it's like, okay, cool, how do I play that into my content some type of way to show people, like, and it's going to resonate with people, because I always think about what's like the number one way that companies blow up still in the United States today. It's like overnight infomercials, and infomercials always play to emotions of people in that state, right?
Yeah.
See where I'm going with it? Like, so it's like you have to hit somebody when they feel it. And so when they really just like look in the mirror and be like, damn, I ain't even happy. And usually it's the people that can't sleep at night, the middle of the night, they surfing, strolling through Instagram, the middle of the night, that's when you got them. You got them in the middle of the night. Don't be scared to post no content in the middle of the night that got people emotional, because you got them in their feelings. And then boom, they're like, all right, man, I can't even sleep. I can't even sleep. I can't even sleep right now, bro. My blood pressure's too high. I'm over here hot and sweaty. I got the hot sweats and all this because they out of shape. So you hit them like in the middle of the night, you got them.
That's a good point.
That's where the shake weight went crazy. You remember shake weight?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna demo it for you right now.
No, of course not. No need. Use my imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, South Park did a great parody of the shake weight. I don't know if you saw that episode, but after you use the shake weight, it would spray some water on you to cool you down, and then
that's the 2.0 version,
right? And then squirt some change at you as well. Oh boy, it was ridiculous.
I'm about to find that.
Yeah, so that's you want to laugh? Look up South Park the shake weight episode. You're gonna get a good laugh out of that one.
I might be something I need to remake content wise.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, it'll be a hit. It'll definitely be a hit.
Yeah, it's a good point. Like, honestly, these are great answers and stuff. Like, is there anything in particular like you want to share that's different about your program or what you do, like for your clients, that someone who's never heard of you before, they're like, who is this Trainer B? Like, what does he do? Like, what is this app that he has? You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so the name of my app is called The Playground. And basically I thought of the playground because when you go to the playground, you don't work out, you're just doing fun activities, and you're staying healthy, you're getting fit, just doing all the stuff that you love. And so what I do with my clients, I find what they enjoy doing, and I combine that with some strength training depending on the results that they want. I make sure that they're eating healthy with a combination of eating fresh foods and doing some sort of fasting to help your heart, to help your gut, to help your internal organs, and also to help you lose some weight, help your body burn fat on its own. And then I help people sleep better as well, because the more you sleep, the better sleep you get, the more your body will be able to lose fat and keep that fat off. So, but the main idea of my live app is that we have live classes on there. And so you're working out to my videos. I'm watching you while you're working out. So you have a live trainer looking at you the entire time, keeping you safe, keeping you healthy, making sure that you're doing the exercises the correct way. And then if you can't make a live class, I have plenty of on-demand content that you can check out at any time.
So, and by the way, when did you become an online trainer? When did you say, you know what, I'm gonna really lock in on online training? Was it around the 2020 time when the whole world shut down, or was it before then?
It was when the whole world shut down. So when the pandemic hit and we all went on lockdown, the gym closed. I basically lost my job.
Oh man.
And right. So it was funny. So one of my trainer friends, I saw her posting that she was coaching on on a training app that were doing live classes. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I found out the name of the company, emailed them. They emailed me back, put me through a series of interviews, and then I ended up getting a job working for them, working along with my friend. So I started teaching live classes on their app that way during the whole lockdown. And so that company's name was OpenFit. All right. That
Mhm.
company got bought by Beachbody. All right.
Okay.
Beachbody bought that company, worked under the Beachbody umbrella for a few months, and then they laid everybody off. Now,
I hate when
like,
they
yeah,
do that. Like they acquire
yeah,
something, make you feel like it's all good, and then, oh yeah, we're
yeah,
part of the new family. And here we are.
nope. And then yeah, so they basically bought out the competition, right? So once the people that were on the app, the clients, they really enjoyed my classes. They're like, B, what are we gonna do? We really enjoy you. We really enjoyed this platform. Where are we gonna go? And then that's when I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna make my own app. So I figured out how to make my own app, my own branding, to do the live classes that I wanted to do, and was able to bring a good chunk of people with me, and just took it from there.
What's a good chunk?
A good chunk. I got about 75 to 100. It kind of fluctuates per month.
That's really good. That's really good. Like when people like hear, okay, I want to be an online coach, because you're literally broadcasting from where you are right now, where you're sitting right now, right? In
Yes.
your room. And you're
Yes.
doing this how many days a week? 5?
6.
6 days a week from then that room. So you have
Yes.
your own studio,
Yeah.
and because like people want to know, like, what does it take to really be like a full-time online coach? And obviously it depends on price, right? Depends on how much
Right.
you're charging them that too. But to keep that many people in your community, like, is there a secret behind it? Is there extra stuff you do for them? Is it because you've known them in person first and now they're all online? Or how much percentage of those people are just meeting you online and never met you in person?
I've never met any of them in person. Not one.
Wow.
It's just all a matter of them taking my classes from that original app and then till now. And I have a set schedule, but I do different classes every single day at different times of the day. So I offer kickboxing classes, stretching classes, walking
Mhm.
classes, strength classes, body weight classes.
Mm.
And then I have another friend of mine. She does dance classes, and then like a glutes and core class. So it's just keeping the content fresh. New classes every day, at times that make sense for people. So people are typically on the East Coast, Midwest,
Okay.
and so I start 7 a.m. I have classes from 7 a.m. till about 10 a.m. Eastern. So that helps. People want to do 6 a.m. and on down. And then I have a midday class at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then 5 and 5:30 Eastern for the afternoon, and then that's it. So it takes a commitment, but
Yeah.
25-minute classes, so it's not too long. I have 10-minute classes as well, so keeping it nice and short so it can fit people's day. So you want to have the right length of class at times that people can attend.
So did you send a survey out? Or how did you get the nail that in that exact time for that to work?
No, I just came up with it.
You just came over, and then they just fit their schedule and like let's go from
Yeah,
there.
because I thought 20 minutes would be too short, more or less, and I was like 30 minutes would be too long. So I'm like 25 minutes. At least if I stack it back to back, I have a buffer time in between because I'm doing live. I have a buffer in the time I can like go grab a snack, you know, go use a bathroom, you know, whatever else I need to do. But 25 is like that sweet spot. And I did a demo week. So when people hopped on, they're like, B, I love it. And I love the 10-minute classes that works. People like, oh, when I just take it on demand, it fits my schedule perfect. And so that's how you do it. You just run a tester, and then the people will tell you. People like, hey, I want it longer, or hey, I want it shorter, or whatever. So you just like you just got to put it out there.
Jalissa said that's amazing. So
Thank you.
Yeah, you getting your kudos for that one, bro. And then Thabo says definitely gonna try posting in the middle of the night. I've been skeptical about posting at that time. Yeah, so when I brought that up, it's like one of those things. When you're posting in the middle of the night, again,
low competition.
Low competition.
The algorithm is gonna love you then because ain't nobody else up.
And don't even sit there and post for views. That's the thing. Right. So there's a difference, right? A lot of people are posting for the optimal view count and saying, hey, you know, that's going to be the way to the success. Well, in this case, this is the different play. It's like taking the science that has literally been laid out for us for how long TV has been around. Infomercials are, that's where the money make it. Why is the middle of the night? That's when people are up. That's when the insomnia hits. That's when the kids are asleep. That's when all, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like everything is quiet. And I'm just here and I'm feeling like, dang, you know what? That's why everybody bought a club. Everybody needs a club for their car all of a sudden. Yeah, I need that. I need the shake weight.
Or a Viper.
Yeah, I need this. I need this robot that comes sweep the floor. Yeah, I need that. Yeah. That's when Beachbody and Sean T would all listen. Come on now. You already know Sean T with Beachbody and the stuff with Tony Horton on P90X and with Billy Blanks. What's the name? Listen, all of those classes were like sold primarily on infomercial. Like Beachbody stuff rolls out now, infomercial. They're not literally ever seen at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
So why are we as like independent fitness influencers not noticing that? I don't know.
That's great. I'm gonna take that.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and by the way, I don't like I'm applying that because I've heard somebody else say that. I feel like it was Neil Davis like 3 or 4 years ago had mentioned that because I was noticing that he was posting in the middle of the night. He would get on like live like 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, wait a second, there's like 1,000 of us on here though on Neil Davis's page, and I'm like, wait a sec. So yeah, this is a thing because I'm in my head, like, because in reality, we feel like everybody sleep.
Right.
We feel like everybody sleep. And like, yo, I go on Instagram, I'm talking to my boy Najee, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm literally have so many conversations, like 2, 3:00 in the morning. So I'm just saying, take that gym, run with it. And by the way, if you worried about aesthetics, here's another thing. Here's a little thing too. If you worried about sex, you're like, yeah, man, CJ, I want to post at 3 a.m. in the morning, but I don't want to look like I only got 10 views or 50 views. All right, cool. First of all, hide your likes and views. Hide that, right? Hide it when you go into the settings on Instagram or TikTok, whatever. You can hide those. Don't even worry about it. And then 2, you can untake it from your feed profile, right? So it'll still show up in the algorithm, but it won't show up on your profile. You can you can make sure it's not showing on your profile feed. So that way it's just like a post out there. So it's literally posting on my page that are running right now in the algorithm, and it might land in your feed. But if you go to my profile, you won't see it.
Okay.
So like, even if I posted behind the scenes of this live right now and record it, boom, boom, the main stuff you're going to see on my feed is the edited stuff. But I'll still post a live. I'll still post a story in the feed, but just take it off of their profile. So there you go.
I like that.
Neil talked about that. Yeah, exactly. Post an offer for a few hours and he removes it. I wouldn't remove the offer, but that's what Neil did. But I get what you're saying. Like, post it 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, whatever. By 6 a.m. when they wake up, they paying full price. Are they paying what? It's not the same offer, but it's a different piece of content for the people that are watching it overnight.
I like that. No, that's a great idea. I'm gonna try that. Yeah.
It's interesting because I don't know if you can do this with Facebook ads. I'm gonna ask my friend, but I'm wondering, and this could be a whole hell no, you can't do it, CJ. But I wonder if you can run ads during just certain times. I want the ad to run, but only between 12 and 6 a.m. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of days, but
Yeah, I've heard of days, but not can you
but not
do specific
time.
hours? The only
Actually,
way
I think you might be able to do that. I think you might be able to do that. Because I think you have a setting to where at least that what time the ad can start. I think you can do that with, or maybe I saw it with Google ads instead of not necessarily Facebook, but maybe
yeah, Meta. I haven't seen it. Maybe
Right.
you're thinking of Google, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Thinking of Google. I think that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a good one to look at because that'd be interesting. Because then you can have a specific piece of content that is dedicated to that overnight insomnia audience, if you want to call them that, that only runs every day between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. And then you even gotta worry about it. Oh, hold on. Now you say you can set times. So there you go.
Okay, boom. There it is.
There you go. If you could set times on it. Oh, yeah. And by the way, I have a friend of mine who I'm going to be bringing on here. He's actually been on one of my shows before. His name is Don Digital. Super dope. Like literally, when I tell you he helps with small businesses, literally 24/7. That is his full-time job to help you run ads. If you need somebody to help you run Facebook, Instagram ads, or you just want somebody to coach you, you can actually, he even had a package where you just pay him for the year. And it was like some crazy deal. You pay him for the year, whatever. And it wasn't nothing crazy. Couple $1,000, whatever, and he will give you a couple of hours a month or whatever, and set up your ads for the month, every single month for the 2024. And you don't even have to worry about it. Like he's gonna like be the one to make you go, you get the results you want. That's who you want to tap in with people like that. But that's that's what you got me for. I'm gonna bring these people to you. Like he's already on my channel. If you go back and watch one of the replays, he's there. Okay. But yeah, that's a gem.
I would do that.
Are we giving out games today on a Saturday?
Bars.
Hey, anybody in the audience have questions before we get ready to wrap up? If you have questions, let us know in the chat. Anything you want to know about social media, content, you have a comment about anything, leave it in the comment section right now. If you're watching live or the replay, we'll definitely go back and answer it. I know Z-Fit is having a good time. My boy Najee is always here. Who else has we got in the chat? We got a Trinity. Anita's here. We got Deb has been in the building. We got Dabo's in the building. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all being here for real.
For sure. And let's see. Anything else you want to wrap up? Any questions you want to ask me? Anything you want to throw at me real quick before we wrap up?
Dang, that's good. So when's the last time you worked out?
2 days ago.
What'd you do?
This Peloton bike.
Okay. So you like to cycle?
I'm a big cycle person. I like swimming. I don't like swimming in the wintertime. I don't like swimming in the wintertime. It's too cold right now.
Right.
It's too cold. I so funny thing is though, when we get off of here, I'm gonna get in the Peloton bike, and then I'm going to go to. There's a new LA Fitness in Buckhead. Okay. I don't know if it opened up like a year ago. It's like the bougie one. Like trust me, it's not like
you said Buckhead. You already know what time it is.
Yeah, it's just open. It's super bougie. It's like the life play work. So it's like a work environment, lifetime, but at the same time, it's a gym. So you can work there as an entrepreneur, and there's spaces for that. So I definitely want to check it out, see what it looks like, and then do a recap of it. And I might swim there, but I don't hate swimming in the wintertime, bro. And honestly, it's not that it's cold. It's just, in there, but it's just that right now. I like to protect my immune system, bro. Right. Everybody around here is sick right now. Like
and everybody got change, right? You don't want to,
yeah. But now the Lifetime Fitness, Lifetime Athletic, and Sandy Springs, that's my jam. I've been going there. Like I ain't even gonna tell no secrets on here, but just know I can just walk in there right now. Like if you said, "Hey, let's meet there," I can just walk in there right now. And I've been doing that. So I've been going to that Lifetime consistently. I can tell you how long it's been. Shannon Sharp used to live here in Atlanta, and he still has a house here, but Shannon Sharp used to. And I was going to this Lifetime when Shannon Sharp was still working out there consistently, and I remember walking in. walking in there one time, and I was like, "Is that the guy who used to play for the Broncos?" And I was thinking, "Oh, he used to play." I was like, "That's him." It was like 10 o'clock at night. Shannon Sharp just going crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, when you see these type of people in the gym, leave them alone. Like, I ain't stressing over it. And that's one of the things about Lifetime and these other people, these like boutique gyms, or even more expensive gyms, I'll call it. People are paying for that convenience of space, so they don't have to be crowded by people. And then they know that there's, by paying a higher price, that more than likely there's not going to be people that's just fan struck or just like, oh my god, like that's just reality.
And
They
that's
want
the
to be
thing.
bothered.
Yeah, people that go to the gym consistently, people that are are avid gym people, typically they know not to bother anybody else because they don't want to be bothered. You're in the middle of a set, you're in the middle of doing something, you're so focused on what you got to get done. You ain't got no time to be sitting up here, filming somebody, taking pictures, wanting an autograph or something like that. So it's just, I mean, besides, we live in Atlanta. There are plenty of stars that live here. We get kind of used to that by now.
Like Hollywood.
Right. I mean,
But I'll be like, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did think one time in my head, I was just like, man, what if I would have talked to Shannon? Would we be friends right now? I don't know. I don't know about me and Unc might have been friends. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm still just saying that.
I mean, like if they walk into another machine, like, what up? And then go, because one random person that I saw at an LA Fitness off of Terrell Mill in Marietta, I saw Benzito.
Who?
Right. He's Coiler Ray's dad. Never heard of him? He was a rapper back in the day. So I saw him there. Yeah.
Is that the most famous you're talking about? That's the most famous person?
That's it.
So, and I'm not shy, I'm not knocking a person. So don't come for me. Don't come for me in the comments, y'all later. Be like, I don't know. I can't know everybody. Let's see. Famous people that I ran into the gym. So, and when we do Ebony Fit Weekend, and Slim Thug comes to the gym all the time. He works out at the same gym we do Ebony Fit Weekend in Houston.
Slim Thug.
So he's always there. He's always at the same gym. So when we do Ebony Fit Weekend again in Houston, he'll probably be there again. Been to the gym. Who else? Worked out. So Shannon, I would say Shannon Sharp is probably one of, like, because Shannon right now is like,
he's on top of the world.
He's on top of the world entertainment wise. The thing is, he wasn't then. Man, who else? There's a lot of hip hop artists that's run around and been in the in Lifetime. Oh, Charles Barkley. Shaquille O'Neal has been to that gym while I was there. I remember Shaq being on the treadmill. And so I remember seeing him there. Who else? And they literally, Shaq is huge. That dude, massive.
Yeah, I've never seen him. I've seen Shannon in person randomly at the art museum, just like in the lobby, just like just in passing. He had some chick behind him. He looked annoyed as hell, so I ain't even want to say nothing. But I haven't seen Shaq in person, but I could only imagine.
Yeah, Shaq. And the thing is, he was on a bike too. He got on one of these bikes. Shaq on a bike. Can you imagine? Like, this dude was huge as hell.
This is so random.
The bike at Lifetime Fitness. I was like, wow. The same one right there in Sandy Springs. Now, look, I'm telling you, that one, by the way, that gym right now to have a membership is about $180 a month. $180 a month.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Now, the people who say, they probably be looking at me like crazy, like, CJ, $180 a month. I'm like, listen, unless you go there one time, you won't understand.
Right.
You won't understand. It's literally, that building was supposed to be designed to be a Home Depot. It was supposed to be a Home Depot. And then the Home Depot backed out, and then they put a Lifetime Fitness there. So you already know how massive that place is.
Right. I have that
3 levels.
That's crazy. Oh, hold up.
He goes, this dude, his filter. But you good, bro. You good. I'm really thinking. So any other, because that was a good question for me. Anything else you got?
Nah, man. Like I said, I appreciate the invite. Appreciate you just bringing me on, being able to talk to everybody. I appreciate everybody in the chat pulling up and listening to us chop it up. I thank y'all so much. Time, that is the most valuable thing we got, and you spent it with us. So, very, very appreciative.
Yeah, and I would say this too. I appreciate you for coming on and being so easy to just like jump. Like you literally showed excitement, and then you like, hey, you looking for a guest? Like, boom, here we are, 24 hours, less than 24 hours later, made it happen. I'm super excited about everything that's coming. By the way, this is a side note. Did you get the email from the business conference we were at a couple of weeks ago from Delta?
Delta, no.
Delta sent us an email for being at that business conference, and they said, hold on, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you guys what it is live on here because we gotta make sure you get on this one, bro. Right. Delta hit us up, bro. Delta from the event. And so they said that because we went to the Small Business Expo, they said, happy holidays from the Small Business Expo Atlanta attendees. The holidays are here. And by the way, this is a deal that they're offering to us until January 4th. Delta's committed to small and mid-sized businesses to make your life travel size, to make your travel elite next year. So we're gonna get this promo code, which is on here in the email, at no cost. We're gonna get corporate travel rewards for our businesses.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Join today with our holiday exclusive promo code, our no-cost corporate travel rewards program for small, mid-sized businesses for us for going to that conference.
Can you forward me that?
Yeah, I'll forward it to you, bro.
Forward that to me, big bro. Thank you.
So this is like one of those things I'll tell you that, when we go, people always like, CJ, you go to these conferences, you're always doing this, you're always doing that. Like, you don't know what type of things come your way. And they'll be like, well, so when they see us on these flights next year, for example, or they'll see this deal and they'll be like, well, how did you get that? How did you get that? You got to put yourself in positions to win.
Yes. And when I first saw because I saw the advertisement for the Small Business Expo on the gram. As soon as I saw it, that it was coming here to Atlanta, I was like, I've got to get there. I'm like, everything good is going to come from that. I've had so many meetings. I've had so many people that I met just from being there. I have a meeting next week, which I'm really excited about, to get a federal contract for the app so I can start training federal employees and people in the military that are working, remotely to help keep them fit. So I'm excited about that. I'm speaking that one into existence, and that's going to be the game changer. So yeah, like whenever you see any kind of business conference and you're a small business owner, it's worth it to just, spend that little bread and go. And I think this one was free, wasn't it? The Small Business Expo?
It was a free conference.
Right. Yeah, it was for the app. So it's easy to pull up. Only thing I paid for was parking and then those wings that took 45 minutes for them to make outside that food truck. But other than that, it was great. Just being able to walk around and meet people, the different booths and everything. You really just want to put yourself in the best position to get the dub.
By the way, I just gotta shout this out. So we broadcast this show, and by the way, if you haven't caught this show name, it's Create Live with CJ, and it's broadcast on YouTube,
boom,
Twitch,
okay,
Twitter, which is now called X. See, look, right. this is on X.
Boom.
This is on X. So literally, if you go to CJ the Creator on Twitter, and I'm gonna keep saying Twitter because if I just say X, people like, what are you talking about?
I always say Twitter. Everybody knows it's Twitter. Nobody calls
Elon
it
is
X.
just...
Right. Like he had the best name in the world for the app. I understand why he did it, but no, bro. Everybody's gonna keep calling it Twitter. Sorry.
You can change the name of Lysol, but forever it will be known as Lysol.
Right. You can change the name of Kleenex, it's gonna always be Kleenex.
And even the brands who try to change the name, we still call it that.
Like Kleenex, right? It's not facial tissue, it's a Kleenex. All right.
Right. So yeah, it's broadcast on all these different platforms. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Do you have a YouTube yet, B, that they can subscribe to?
Yeah, I can put it in the chat. It's called The Playground.
Yeah, put it in the chat. And also if you're watching the replay, he'll put it in the comment section there too, so you can follow. We'll put it in the description below as well. Outside of that, we're gonna do this at the minimum every single Monday at 7 p.m. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's at the minimum. So outside of that, we'll add in when I can get special guests to come on at different times. B was so generous to give us his Saturday for a couple of hours, and we're about to wrap this thing up. But any last words before we get up out of here?
Stay healthy, eat good, stay safe. Happy New Year, everybody. And whatever, New Year, new you, whatever goal you got that you say you want to do, start right now. Not tomorrow, not in an hour, start right now.
There you go. See you guys later. Peace.
Deuces.